So today we're going to talk about agency and how to explain it to your clients. So the first thing you got to know is the difference between buyer-seller agency and dual agency. And the best way that I can explain it in a way that is simple to understand for people who aren't familiar with our terms is you've got a coach and you've got a referee. And in an exclusive agency where you're working with just the buyer or just the seller, um, you're the coach. You're there, they confide in you, you know all kinds of stuff about, what the process means to them and, what they're willing to do and not do. And you're there to fight for that. You understand what that is, and it's emotional, it's more emotionally driven. Now with dual agency, you're the referee because technically you're representing both sides, even if you're only working directly with the buyer or seller. So if that's the case, you don't want to accidentally disclose something because you've been working with this buyer for so long and you're in the office and it's somebody else's listing, because that's what happens majority of the time with a dual agency, because you all work under the same umbrella. So, Joe Schmo over there has the listing and you're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 talking personal stuff about your clients. Well, you could have just hurt your negotiating power and put yourself in a negative spot for your clients. So it's super important to understand what your role is and how it needs to change depending on what you find and you're able to do for your clients. But at the same time, making sure you're explaining that to the people you're working with, because we want to make sure that you're not being held liable because they didn't understand.